Once you've decided to run the course, the next thing is to identify who's going to actually be part of it. And what we would advise is that when you're thinking of running the course, that you're really clear about why you're doing it and when you're going to do it. And the course runs best when you have a really good mixture of both those that are existing leaders and those that are emerging leaders. We found that works well because those that are existing leaders bring a whole wealth of wisdom and experience that they can offer to those that are just starting out in leadership. But actually those that are emerging leaders bring often an enthusiasm that maybe sometimes we lose when we've been in leadership for a while. So having a combination of existing leaders and emerging leaders is a really healthy pattern to follow. We find that the ideal size for a course is somewhere between 8 and 24 people, although courses have run with fewer and some courses have tried to run with more. And we would suggest that you invite people. We find that if a general invitation is given out, often those that you would love to be part of it don't hear that it's for them. Or then it gets quite difficult when people offer themselves and maybe it's not quite the right time for them to be doing it. So think through carefully with other people who you can identify as those to invite. So then once you've invited them, the next step is to run an exploratory session. And that's both for the youth edition and the adult edition. And during that session, you just simply lay out what the course will involve, the requirements and the expectations of it. So people can know at that point whether this is something that they want to be part of. For the youth edition, we would highly encourage involving parents in this decision-making process to make sure that you've got their support and they understand really fully what it is that you're inviting their child to be part of. A key part of identifying who to invite is taking time to pray. Often we have a very clear picture in our mind of those that we think would be suitable for leadership, but sometimes God will bring people to our mind that maybe we wouldn't think of. So please do take time to pray. When you get hold of one of the Growing Leaders course packs, you'll find in there a whole host of material that will help you as you think through identifying those that you would want to invite. There is material that explains how you might think about it and how you can go about inviting them. And there's also a whole load of material that helps you think through who you can invite to be mentors, because mentoring is a hugely significant part of the Growing Leaders course, both for adults and for young people. You will also find there a training session to run with your mentors that will equip them and again explain to them what the course involves and what's being asked of them. The key thing when inviting people to be part of the course is not to rush into this. Take time to pray, take time to think. And hopefully if running Growing Leaders is part of your leadership development strategy, there won't just be one course running, so you don't need to get everybody on it at once.